Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Cinematics video session 276. So basically in today's video, we will cover the concept of semi-join in SAQL. So in SAQL, we covered the core group union. There's a particular keyword which we have, which is known as semi-join. We will cover that part. Firstly, you all have this Analytics SAQL developer guide. So the thing is that over here, if you move to this, so by the way, this is winter 26, of course. But as I mentioned in the previous section, like more or less the pages remains the same. Okay. So if you come to this particular page number 58, you will see there is this concept called semi-join. Fine. Semi and anti-join. In this session, we will cover semi-join. Now, what is a semi-join? First, let's understand that a semi-join returns the rows from one data stream if one or more matching rows are found in the second data stream. Each match row is written one time. The row data must match for the specific data stream. What I will do is I will just quickly copy it in my notepad. Even if you don't understand the definition, that's fine. Once we cover a few scenarios or a few examples, we will understand that. But as of now, this is the definition. It returns the rows from one receive one or more matching rows are found in the second data stream. Okay. And each match row is returned one time. Right. That is also important. So let's consider an example. We can actually walk through this one. This is the syntax that is completely fine. Now, let's quickly jump to the example without walking through the definition of this. We can walk through this at a later stage. This is a semi-join syntax. Okay, so let me write the semi-join syntax as well over here. So this will be my semi-join syntax. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's the thing about this. So with this being the syntax, now that's the thing. What we will do is we will actually cover one of the scenarios right now. Okay, directly let's cover one of the scenarios related to semi-join. Then only you will be able to understand. Now, before going to that document once again and going through the scenarios, I wanted to just call out that I will be referencing two particular data set, that is the account and opportunity. Now, in my case, there is already two data sets existing. If you remember when we started building the basic account dashboard, basic standard object dashboard, like account, opportunity, contact, we already built one recipe. Okay, so that was free session 27, which is this one. So I just wanted to quickly show you that part. So here I already have this account dashboard data set, okay, which is nothing but directly pulling the all the account records, and I have the opportunity dashboard data set. I think you will be also having, if you followed my session on the building basic account and opportunity dashboard in Salesforce Cinematics. Okay, so I already ran the sync and ran the recipe, and we will actually cross check with the help of semi-join what is needed. So let's go through that document, what it's being said over here. Join use case. Let's say we want account with at least one opportunity. Okay. Now see, here of course they have used a semi-join where they will get all the account records with one opportunity. But we already know, to get the account records, which is having one opportunity, we can directly use the opportunity data set, right? So if we use directly the opportunity data set, we will get actually basically those accounts which is having at least one opportunity. Now, how we can obtain this with the help of semi-join? Okay, so what we will do is we will take the account dashboard data set, which gives me the total number of account records, okay, which is this one. Now, first of all, let me tell you how we can obtain that particular thing. That is, or let me first of all show you the semi-join syntax. Okay, that's fine. So here in the account dashboard data set, what I'm going to do is I will add the opportunity dashboard data set. Fine. With this being there, let's move to SAQL. And I will do certain changes. For example, I will just name it as account. And maybe this one I will just name it as all. Fine. Now here, I will just mention queue, that is fine. And as we understood the definition, like it returns the row from one data string if one or more matching rows are found. So example, like in this case, as they mentioned in this developer guide, that if we want to get accounts with at least one opportunity, we can directly use Semi-Join, because Semi-Join, what it does is whatever account ID is there, it will just compare with the account ID from opportunity. If it is matching, it will just go ahead and pull that record. Okay. But the key here is basically if one or more matching rows are found in the second data stream. So at least one matching rows is found and each match returns one time. So it will return one time. Okay, that's the thing about this one. So what we are going to do is here we will directly apply that part. So here I will just write q equal to, and I will just maybe copy the syntax from here, which is fine, and I will replace with whatever variable names I have written in my case. So this will be like q equal to join. This will be account, and here this will be op. Fine. Now, with that being said, we will just ensure we map the proper ID. So in this case, this will be the ID, and here we need to get the account ID, right? So from the opportunity data set, I need to have the account ID, which is this one. Okay. When you are matching by one particular ID, you don't need this particular bracket. Okay, you can just avoid that. Bracket is needed when you have, let's say, two or more dimensions. Okay. Now, with that being done, I think we can copy this one. That is okay. We can do the generate statement. So here, what I'm going to write is, I will just write, let's say, join account by ID, semi, and this one. So I will just write count as something like count. Okay, that's it. And maybe what we can do is we can run the query. There is some error. What is the error over here? Okay, I didn't put the semicolon. So let me put the semicolon. Right. So okay, great. Something is written. I think it's the mistake over here. Then we first run the query properly. Okay, cool. Now here, if you see what is the total count, I see it's 499. Okay, we can of course group it by and get the total count, or maybe you can do that as well, right? So for example, if you want to find the total count, what you are going to do is you are going to write equal to group q by all, right? And you will just write q equal to for each q generate sum of count as something like total count. Okay? Or let's say name it as count only as of now. Fine with that. Cool. And here I can just mention that count. Say, so it is giving me 499, which means I have 499 account records, which is having at least one opportunity. It can have more than one, it doesn't matter, but at least one opportunity is there, which is like the total number of account records which I have is that is having at least one opportunity. Okay, that's the meaning. Like it can have one, two, three, four, doesn't matter, but at least one is definitely there. That count is 499. Now, how we can check that? We can definitely cross check it by using SOQL, right? So we will definitely write that query as well. So from this particular SOQL, let's say I write that query. So what I will write is select ID comma name from account where ID in. Okay, I'm just going to write select. So this will be like select account ID from, oh sorry, yeah, select account ID from opportunity. Right? So where ID select account ID from opportunity, if you done this query, it will show us. I think some error is there. Let's see what is the error. Uh, select ID account ID. Okay, I have written the object name. Yeah. So as you can see here also it is showing you 499 records. So what this query does for you, basically, if you want to find the total number of account records, which is having at least one opportunities, you can find by running this SOQL query. So maybe I can quickly write in my notepad to find the number of, or I wouldn't say number of records, but let's say account IDs. Find the account IDs which are having at least one opportunity. Okay. So in that case, you can just run this particular SOQL query. You can just write it over here. So what is, we can check that by this SOQL query, which is this one, right? And as you can see here, the same thing we are getting by using this semi-join. So we have applied that. We have taken the account and all. We have taken the respective data set of account and opportunity. We ran this semi and we finally found the count and we are getting 499 as well. Okay. So you can generate it separately without writing the count. Maybe you can generate the ID as well. So for example, here I can write something like, instead of count, I can write something like ID, right? So generate ID. Okay. So we can run the query. And finally, we can save this as something like semi-join, right? So we can write it as semi-join. Definition will be something which I already stored over here. That find find account find account ID which are account info. Maybe I can do something like account info, account records, okay, which are having at least one opportunity. So that's the way, and of course I can save it in my SAQL app. So let me just save it. Now, the same thing you could have also found by the opportunity as well, right? So that can be a question that, hey, why we had to do this? We can straight away find from opportunity as well, like from the opportunity resource. For example, if I just write something like group by account ID over here, okay, and maybe if I just write something like account ID, maybe. So let's say like something like, also you will get to see 499. Okay, we are not able to get that count. So maybe I can just run this particular thing once again. Yeah, wait a minute. I can just run this part, get that count as well. So from after this, I will just run this. So here I will just write count as count. Just run this one and run this. Somewhere it's wrong. Okay, it has to be capital C and let me run this. I think there is some issue. Let me just check. So the answer is this one, which is 499. Here, what is the issue? Here, maybe I can write not account ID exactly, but maybe the ID. Okay? I'm grouping by account ID, but I actually need the ID of opportunity, right? Let's check what is the ID for this one. This is fine. Let's see. Okay, not an issue. We will resolve this one in the next session. But I hope you got this part actually, like how to get account with at least one opportunity. This is the way to get that. Yeah, we will continue on this in the next scenario where we will try to understand a few more scenarios related to semi-join.